on this Sunday, so you will have enough time, and I hope that today's talk becomes very eye-opener, but also instructive, and how to adopt them in our life, different practical points. So this is about the topic that we are discussing today. What will be the movement of the living entity? Means living entity, how they come in the womb, how they are born, and how is their life that goes on throughout in this material world, how they could turn towards their actual goal of developing love for Krishna. So I will pay my obeisances to all of the Vaishnavas, but also to Srila Prabhupada, my initiating spiritual master. Namao Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale, Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Pashyatya Deshtarine, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi, Gaurav Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'll be reading text number 39 and also 40. So this is Canto 3, chapter 31 and 39 verse. Sangam na kuryat pramada sujatu yogasya param parama rurukshu matsevaya pratilabdhatma Labho vadantiya niraya dvaram asya. One who aspires to reach the culmination of yoga and has realized his self by rendering service unto me should never associate with an attractive woman. For such a woman is declared in the scripture to be gateway to hell for the advancing devotee. So these instructions are there for devotee, but mostly that discussion that how the non-devotees they fall into the prey of the situation. Although it is a sensitive topic, but I will try to keep it as light as possible. One should not take it in a personal way, and when we say attachment to a woman, then also it is attachment to the man by a woman. Attachment to woman by a man or attachment to a man by the woman, it is one and the same thing. You can reverse. So it's a both ways it goes. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is writing the culmination of yoga. One who aspires to reach the culmination of yoga that is in full Krishna consciousness. This is found in Bhagavad Gita, and that verse is Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mata. That yogi means one who is connected to Krishna by service or by loving devotional service. That is real yoga, not the gymnasium. So that he lives madgate nantaratmana, means his gati is in Krishna, his service is to Krishna, his thought is for Krishna, his all the activity is for Krishna. So he engages by faithfully, Shraddhavan bhajati yomam. Bhaj means again loving devotional service. Same yukta tamamata, he is really situated in him. So that is yoga. Yoga means union, but union with Krishna in loving devotional service, because we are his part and parcel, and it is the duty of the part to serve the whole, and that is Krishna. So such person who is looking for, they should not never associate with an attractive woman. Woman, whether attractive or not, one may, although it is an attractive woman, but it could be any woman, whether it is because for the beholder, it is in their eye or it is in their mind that such person is attractive or not. So it is not to do with physical attractiveness, but it is attractive in the mind, that we think of somebody to enjoy, then that like an ass and she ass. They also have the same tendency, whether it is a dog, pig, so it doesn't matter what it is just the body, somehow Krishna has made woman an instrument of Maya. So to keep us shackled, Maithun Agar. Maithun means the sex life, and Agar means it is the house. So people are imprisoned by shackles, but that shackles for the man to live in the material world, that is the woman's association, and for woman it is man's association. So we'll go through few things, and so in the second chapter of first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is also stated that when one becomes freed from material contamination by rendering devotional service, unto the supreme personality of Godhead. He can at that time understand the signs of God. So only those person cannot understand the signs of God who is free from material contamination. And how one can become free from material contamination is by rendering service to the God, to Krishna. Yashasti bhakti bhagavata kanchina sarvair gudair tatra samasate sura. So one who has akinchan bhakti. Akinchan means other than Krishna, nobody else. That is akinchan. Not that these so many demigods, so many philosophies, just to serve Krishna's lotus feet. So yashasti bhakti bhagavata kinchan service, all the qualities automatically develop in him. But harav abhaktasya kuto mahadguna. But if somebody is a abhakta, not a devotee of Krishna, then what qualities are there? Because he runs wherever his mind takes him, he goes there. Manorathena dhavato sobahi. Because he runs on the mind, wherever the mind takes him, he goes. In 1 minute there are so many thoughts, so many different things. I do this worship, I will earn this way, or so many plans, so many ways, and then one falls down to the material whirlpool, and he has no good qualities. So good qualities, one should not wait that for devotional service, that let the good qualities come, let me become pure, and then I will engage in devotional service. But one will become pure by engaging in devotional service. Then all the bad habits, bad thoughts, bad association would go away. But we have to understand what is pure bhakti and what is impure bhakti, what is mixed bhakti, what is jnana mishra bhakti, what is karma mishra bhakti. So we will talk about that. So the word prati labdhama, labdhatma, labha occurs. Atma means self and labha means again. Generally conditioned souls have lost their atma or self. But those who lost their soul, what does it mean? Are they not alive? Lost their soul or atma, that means that their primary purpose of the atma is to unite. We are part. So we don't remain as a part. Like say if our finger does not work, our hand does not put the food in the mouth and in the stomach, naturally it will get lost. We will lose. So same thing, if we are engaging in anything other than Krishna consciousness, then we have lost our soul. But those who are transcendentalists, and so talk about some spiritual, have realized the self. They know what the self is. It is directed that such a self-realized soul who aspires to the topmost platform of yogic perfection should not associate with young women. In the modern age, however, there are so many rascals who recommend that while one has genitals, he should enjoy woman as much as he likes, and at the same time he can become a yogi. And that's completely nonsense. In no standard yoga system is the association of woman accepted. It is clearly stated that the association of woman is the gateway to hellish life. The association of woman is very much restricted in Vedic civilization. So, association of woman, so does it mean that one should not marry, should not have children? No, all should, but it is unattached. Not like that is all in all and that is my life, is to just take care of a wife, children, earn money. And that is Graha Medi. And so, yes, if both are devotees and they run just like the rail tracks, they are parallel, and both can engage in devotional service. Not that each one is meant to enjoy the senses to their fullest extent. Then they will fall down. So association of women is very much restricted in Vedic civilization. Out of the four social divisions, the brahmachari, vanprastha and sannyasi, three orders are strictly prohibited from the association of women. Only the grahastha householders are given license to have an intimate relationship with a woman, and that relationship is also restricted for begetting nice children, means to Krishna conscious children. Means the hope should be that my child who would be born would be Krishna conscious. One should chant 50 rounds before having a Garbhadhan sanskar, and later on all the sanskar, and give by your own example for the child, and he will imbibe and become Krishna conscious devotee. However, if one wants to stick to continued existence in the material world, he may indulge in female association unrestrictedly. If one say, okay, it doesn't make any difference to me, I will enjoy because the body is given to enjoy, this world is for my enjoyment, then let him take life after life, become so many insects and animals and so many horrible life that he has to get if he wants to, does not take the human birth that he has an opportunity, he will lose. And many times we have become ourselves human beings, and again doing the same thing, chewing the chewed, and engaging in same activity as we have done in another life, eating, sleeping, mating, depending. If we use our human life as also for that, then the way to hell and way to all this 8.4 million species of life is widely open, and one can do that. But if one thinks that this human life is very, very rare, very sacred, and it is meant to develop our dormant law for Krishna, then naturally we should act in that way. And that is what we should plan in our mind also, not outwardly. So I will take one more verse and then explain all these points. Yupayati sanairmaya yushideva vinirmita tamikshe tatmano mrityum tanai kupam evavratam. The woman created by the Lord is the representation of Maya, and one who associates with such Maya by accepting services must certainly know that this is the way of death, just like a blind well covered with grass. Sometimes it happens that a rejected well is covered by grass, and an unwary traveler who does not know of the existence of the well falls down, and his death is assured. Similarly, association with a woman begins when one accepts service from her, because woman is especially created by the Lord to give service to man. By accepting her service, a man is entrapped. If he is not intelligent enough to know that she is the gateway to hellish life, he may indulge in her association very liberally. This is restricted for those who aspire to ascend to the transcendental platform. Even 50 years ago in Hindu society, such association was restricted. A wife could not see her husband during the daytime. Householders even had different residential quarters. The internal quarters of a residential house were for the woman, and the external quarters were for the man. Acceptance of service rendered by a woman may appear very pleasing, but one should be very cautious in accepting such service, because it is clearly said that woman is the gateway to death or forgetfulness of oneself. She blocks the path of spiritual realization. Om Agyanti Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. So those statements are even for married people also, that there should not be too much intimacy. One can do both, engage in devotional service, but not that man is thinking of woman or wife is thinking association with the husband. That should be restricted. Our thought should be for Krishna. And so this gives rise to what is bhakti and what is sadachar. So sadachar, that means it is as a place to engage, like as a sadhana. Sadhan means that you use as an instrument for Krishna consciousness, not independently, that you are sadachari. Krishna bhakti kaile sarva karma kratha hai, that if you engage in devotional service, then every activity that is needed, sanusthistasya sadharmasya sansiddhir haritoshanam, that sanusthistasya, that we should engage in our own devotional service. Then, and what is that devotional service? Sansiddhim haritoshanam, that if we please Krishna. If Krishna is pleased, automatically we as his part or anga automatically get pleased. So for such a person that who is engaged in devotional service, dhavan nimilya va netrena sthalena patet iha, that even if he is closing his eyes and running, he would not fall down, because he is properly situated. So Sharanapanna, that if one is engaged, is surrendered himself to Krishna, then he loses his independence. Kartratva. Just like, I will give an example. There is a monkey who is dancing on the direction of the one who owns the monkey. And there is another also. So monkey dances, and he, whenever you dance this way, lift that leg, jump, show your teeth. So all this way, so he's working under the direction of the owner. and then owner collects money and then goes. Then so many other people they join, and after some time again same thing that he is doing, and he makes his money. So monkey gets very, very tired, but the monkey owner doesn't care. He cares for his money. But another example who is the puppeteer. Puppeteer makes the puppet dance, but he works very hard. And so this way, but all the work is done by the puppeteer, lifting this leg, that leg, hand, leg, bend neck that way, this way. So we should be not like the monkey and make ourselves a show, because sometimes he may make mistakes. But if some mistake is there by the puppeteer, it is his mistake, not the puppet's. So we should be like a puppet in the hands of Krishna. Let him make us dance. Make me dance, make me dance, make me dance by Krishna. And so we give our whole thing, whole existence to Krishna, and because he is the supreme controller, he is the supreme master, he knows what is best for us, and let him take care of us. And but we cannot live until we come to that stage. We have to be engaged in a Vedi Bhakti. Vedi Bhakti means with rules and regulation. Until we come and become free from all material contamination, that stage may not come. In Bhagavatam there is a verse, Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvidyeta yavatha mat katha shravanado va shraddha yavanna jayate. That until Tavat karmani, you have to do even material activity to keep care of body and soul together. Until there is a detachment from these things come, and one he becomes attached to the katha shravanado. Mat katha shravanado means one who develops attachment to the hearing the topics about Krishna, delighting in hearing about Krishna, and having full faith. Until that comes, that atyantiki shraddha. Atyantiki means that is the end. That kind of faith is not there. Then naturally one has to engage without in activity, or even so-called material activity, even taking care of the family, or even engaging in some kind of material enjoyment, unless one becomes completely free from these things. Means until you develop a taste in Krishna consciousness, until one develops have so much eagerness to hear about Krishna, like you all have come to join this, so because you have taste. Otherwise who will wake up early on Sunday? Means our side there is a snow. So until that time comes, then unattached one can engage in certain sense activity, because those are also needed, and not immediately jump, because outwardly and inwardly there are two different things. One may restrict the senses, but the mind goes inside. So we will talk about those parts. So this activity outside, that is also like Jiva Goswami is talking, that karma ko bhakti ka dwar swarup kaha gaya hai. That activity in Krishna consciousness, that is the door to become door for engaging in devotional service. Means we should use our senses in the service of the master of the senses. Rashikena sevanam bhaktir uttama. Uttam bhakti is engaging all your senses in the service of the Supreme Lord, master of the senses. So all the places, pada shloka sadhyara nirnaya, that you read sadhan tattva, then so you have to do sadhyara nirnaya, that what is your sadhya, means the goal to obtain, and then you give certain, like we talk about from Shastra, certain shlokas are. So sarvata praman dive purana vachan, that from the Puranas we should give the praman. Praman means that you have to do the proof from the Shastra, not our own what is in our mind and we just talk about, and don't talk are all nonsense unless there is a reference of those in the scriptures, particularly Vedic scriptures, and one which are beyond the Sattvagun, like Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita. So that's Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatrikam Vidhi Vina Ekantiki Harir Bhaktiri Utpataeva Kalpate. That and also there is another word. So Shruti Smriti from without Purana and Pancharatriki. Pancharatriki means there is Pancharatri ki Vidhi and Bhagavad Vidhi. Pancharatri ki Vidhi means it is with rules and regulation. You do this way, that way, so many rules are there. Even in Diti installation, even in worshipping, even in, so both are parallel, both should be there. And Bhagavad Vidhi, we as Krishna's devotee or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotee take more to Bhagavad Vidhi. Means just Srila Prabhupada, when he installed Krishna Balram temple in Vrindavan, then he had others, from South India devotees, they were doing all the rituals. But he said that our installation of the Diti is by Kirtan, by Hare Krishna mantra. So many devotees were doing and singing and chanting, and that is the Bhagavad Vidhi. Yam Shastram Vidhim Utsrajya Vartate Kamakaraka Na Sansiddhim Avapnoti Na Sukham Na Paramgatim. Shastra Vidhi Utsrajya. You cannot live behind the Shastra Vidhi. According to the Shastra, if one lives behind him, then he does not give any Siddhi. Neither Sukh, neither Paragati. Paragati means going to the spiritual kingdom. So in this Sadachar, there is, what is that? Asat Sanga Tyagai Vaishnavachar, Istri Sangi Ek Asadhu, Krishna Abhaktar. What is that? So the main thrust of this Krishna consciousness are Sadachar is Asat Sanga Tyag. Asat Sanga means, what is that Asat Sanga? That Vaishnav's Achar means the one that he should practice. That is Asat Sanga, and Asat Sanga is Ek Istri Sangi Ek Asadhu. One should not associate with woman, or one who is associating with woman. He is even more dangerous than directly associating with woman. But who is a womanizer, or who always thinks of woman or talks about material things and how to enjoy in the material world, one should not associate with those people. And Ek Asadhu Asadhu, one who is not a Krishna Bhakta, he is all Asadhu. Asadhu, Krishna Abhaktar. Age sab chadiyar, Varnashram Dharma, give up all this association, or even to give up Varnashram Dharma. Akinchan Haya Laya Krishna Eksan. One should be Akinchan and take shelter of Krishna. So Asat Sanga Tyag, that means one should take the Satsanga. Satsanga, Satvastu, and what is the Satvastu? Satvastu is Krishna. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Sarva Karana Karan, Sachidananda Vigraha Sri Krishna, that is we have to, by associating him, means we could associate with him by his name, chanting the holy name of the Lord, by thinking about his beauty, by his qualities, by reading or talking about his Leela, how he acted. Means if we engage, then that is we are associating with Krishna. Because Krishna himself, Krishna's name, Krishna's entourage, Krishna's paraphernalia, Krishna's activity, they are not different. So one is associating with Krishna. So Asat Sangha, that means one leaving behind anything else other than Krishna. That is all Asat. Once we should be attached to Krishna. So Dursanga Kahiye Kaitav Atma Vanchana Krishna Bhakti Bina Anya Kamna. Other than Krishna, desiring anything. So Asat Sangha, that is described in two forms. Istri Sangika Sangha, Istri or Istri Sangika Sangha, and then Krishna Abhakta Sangha. One who is not a devotee, then associating with him. So Istri Sangi, that means not just associating with some another woman other than your wife, but even one's spouses. If there is attachment, then naturally one would fall down. So Shishnodar Parayan Krishna Nahi Pai. One who is Shishna and Udar. Shishna means a genitalia and Udar means a stomach. One who always thinks of how to feed with palatable food to the stomach and how enjoy sex life. He cannot obtain Krishna. It's not possible. In Srimad Bhagavatam also, like this 331 that we are reading, and you have already gone to that verse, and I will read just that verse again, 331-35. So just today we read 39 and 40, but 35 is very instructive to give this, and that is the infatuation and bondage which accrues to a man from attachment to any other object is not as complete as that resulting from attachment to a woman. Means any another attachment to the worldly thing is not dangerous as attachment to woman, or to the fellowship of man who are fond of woman, or associating with those who are fond of woman, that is also the same. So asat sanga means give up the asat sang is Istri Sangi ka sang and Krishna Abhakta Sangha. And even it is with attachment to own spouse is also dangerous. See this, as we read, that woman, just in this verse of 40, that women are made by Dev Nirmit, by Krishna's arrangement, Maya Vishesh. And it's like, and if some woman is serving, that there is a word of that with a service attitude, even knowing that other man is sannyasi or he has detached himself, or showing that I just want to serve, nishkam bhav diklate hai. Just if you go to nikat that woman, just by for way of service, that I will serve you, then one should think that it is amangalkari, and to think that it is as if it is you are jumping in the well covered by the grass. Means it is just, you should think that it is your death personification. Even if the woman is bhaktimati, means she is very, very devoted, Gyanmati, with full of knowledge, and Vairagyamati, she is detached from all this in enjoying propensity, Vairagya, and even if one is Unmad Rog, Unmad means one is like a mad woman, or unconscious, sleeping, or even death. Even it is said that even mannequins in the shops also should not be looked upon to enjoy or to see the form of the woman. They all can make one fall down, and one who is trying to practice Krishna consciousness should remain away from those thoughts. In our ISKCON also, means many sannyasis who fell down is because of accepting services, very intimate services from a woman. Means you could give hundreds of examples that we see during the history of this 50 years of history of even ISKCON, which is a very, very pure movement, but all the fall downs that happen is from making someone as a secretary, as a woman, making calls or phone calls many, many times, or taking so much services, intimate services, that all would make one become attached, and then they become away from, then the enjoying propensity comes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed Bhagwan Acharya was sent Chota Haridas to bring some rice from Madhvi Mataji, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took that means he did not, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew very well that Haridas, Chota Haridas was not his Trisangi, and he went to bring that rice for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, better quality of rice. But in Shastra, it has been denied that one should not be in touch with woman or a sannyasi, or should not have engaged in some discussion, vartalav, that is nisheth. And even so many ways that other devotees tried to persuade Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said that he cannot come and he cannot see my face or cannot sing for me. So after a year he waited, and then he went to Prayag and killed himself, and then came, because he was pure, then he came in his internal form, and in his as a Swarup, in his own Swarup, and he was singing for the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But to teach others, he became so strict. He would not see even King Pratap Rudra, because they are pound selling, they are enjoying, and so he did not even like to see. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sleeping in the garden, means he was a pure devotee, Maharaj Pratap Rudra, but he would not see, because the king by nature is fond of not only pound selling and enjoying sex life. Means many kings, they used to have so many wives also. And even just by like say in Srivas Thakur's place, there was a nocturnal kirtan, and in that nocturnal kirtan there was one brahmachari, Ajanma brahmachari, and he was only dugdahari, only drinking milk. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that is there anybody who is not a devotee, then Srivas Thakur said that just a little, yes, there is a brahmachari, Ajanma brahmachari, Dugdahari, he wanted to see your nocturnal kirtan, so I allowed him and put him in the closet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very furious, very angry. Get him, kick him out of the house. Yeah. So until and unless by just drinking milk or brahmacharya palan or tapasya, you cannot get Krishna. Means tapasya means you engage in so many austerities, but without Krishna, it does not. One cannot get Krishna. One has to become a devotee of Krishna. Means one has to surrender to Krishna, and until that comes, then all this show business. Just like I'm a vegetarian, does not mean that vegetarian becomes a devotee automatically. They have to take the practice of Krishna consciousness, particularly chanting, associating with devotees. So, Bhukti Mukti Spraha Chahat, Spraha Yavat, Pishachi Hradi Vartate, Tavat Bhakti Sukhasyatra, Katham Abhyudayo Bhavet. Bhukti Mukti, anybody who has Bhukti, means engaging in Bhukti, means material enjoyment. Mukti, that I would merge in Krishna, merge into the Brahma Jyoti. Ispraha means Ispraha Mukti, Yavat, that is Pishachi, that even the desire to have, that you cannot really, that Bhakti Sukha Shatra, that Bhakti cannot arise in such a person. Chari Varna Shami Yadi Krishna Nahi Bhaje, that people who are engaged nicely in Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, or Brahmacharya, Grahastha ashram, so they follow their rules of that particular ashram and Varna very properly. But if there is no Krishna consciousness, then they go to hell. Swadharma Kariyao se Raurav Padi Bhaje. They are engaged in the Swadharma of particular Varna and ashram, but they go to Raurav Narak. That is the most dangerous Narak. वर्णाश्रम धर्म परित्याग कर हरि भजन करने वाला व्यक्ति भजन, if he becomes separate also, if one is following, not following the varnashram dharma, but he is a devotee of Krishna, then there would not be name bhakta pranashati. Kaunteya pratijani name bhakta pranashati. One who is a devotee of Krishna would never fall down. But one who follows all the rules and regulation of varnashram, but he can fall down or he will fall down if there is no Krishna. Sharan Laya, this is from all Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sharan Laya kare Krishna Atma Samarpan, that one who takes shelter of Krishna and surrenders to Krishna, Krishna Tare kare Tatkala Atmasam. He makes him a devotee. Just like there were so many caste Brahmanas, and when Advaitacharya, then he had a shraddha for his father. So Advaitacharya gave the first food to Haridas Thakur. And so many Brahmanas were objecting that he is born in a Yavan family, why you are inviting him. But what he says, Tumi khaile hai koti Brahman bhojan. If a Vaishnava is eating, then it's like millions, 10 million of Brahman bhojan. Akinchan haila. So Akinchan means one other than Krishna Bhakti, there is to desire for any another thing is completely gone, not Bhukti Mukti. And one who says, Prabhu, one who speaks that, oh, dear Lord, I am yours, from today I am yours, then naturally Krishna will make that, yes, he becomes yours. Once one has to have that firm desire, and gradually Krishna will arrange. Tavasmiti vadan vacha tatheva mansa vedan tat sathanam asrityas tanva modate sranagata. That he becomes so much happy in being Krishna conscious, then he does not desire for anything else. And abhiman tyag, abhiman, that is that there is a abhiman that yes, I am a devotee of Krishna. That is called Sri Krishna Dasabhiman. But any another abhiman about his that is by Maya, like Dhan, Jan, Roop, Kul, Vidyadi. That should not be think that I am a very rich man, I am very knowledgeable, I took birth in such a high family. And these are all parts of the Maya, and one should not think. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always talks, Tranadapi Sunichena Taroriva Saishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. That you give respect and tolerate whatever comes and chant the holy name of the Lord. ऐसे वैष्णव धर्म सभारे प्रणति से धर्म ध्वजी जार इथे नाही रति. So that dharma dhwaji means they talk about that I am a very dharmatma or I am very elevated, but unless they are Krishna Bhakta, they are not really elevated. So dharma dhwaji means outwardly they seem that they are very dharmic, but inside they have so many desires to enjoy. And Saishnu hona means one should tolerate amanina, taroriva Saishnuna aman, and give respect to all others. Like how Saishnu, Haridas Thakur was beaten in 22 marketplaces, but he never thought of doing ill to the person who were beating him. Like Nityananda Prabhu, even Madhai threw a brick or a pot and then broke his head and he was bleeding, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to, he incited that chakra came, but Nityananda Prabhu caught hold of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that in this age everybody is a demon. So please just kill that demonic mentality. Please be merciful. And then Mahaprabhu embraced Jagai, and because he protected him, and then he embraced the Madhai also. In this way they become pure devotees. This Jnana and Vairagya. So knowledge, but knowledge about like ascending way of knowledge, that is also dangerous. One should take what is in scripture, should not read too many scriptures, and just associate with devotees of the Lord, not any another association. You may say at work we go, but you don't really associate with them or don't take there. You do your job, come back home and engage in associating with it. If there is nobody, then associate with the scriptures. Read, listen to somebody's lectures, and that is better rather than if your spouse or children are devotees, associate with them. And whenever time permits, one should go to temple and hear Krishna Katha. There is a nice atmosphere, and chant the holy name or do some sankirtan. So knowledge, particularly the knowledge that of Mayavad knowledge that Brahma and Jiva are Ekya, that they are one and the same. That Jiva and Brahma means we are all, this is all outwardly, and I know the time may not permit, but there is so much to say. This is Phalgu Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya and Phalgu Vairagya. So Phalgu means Phalgu Vairagya, that is you detach, I do not do this, but then there is no Krishna Bhakti. Like this brahmachari, one who was just a milk drinker, doesn't make them, there has to be a devotee. And anasakta, outwardly, you should, anasakta Shishyan, so one who has a Krishna Nistha, one who is a devotee of the Lord, and then without any attachment, he can enjoy. Enjoy means, see, too much vairagya makes the heart very, or too much detachment or vairagya makes the heart very hard. And Bhakti Devi is a soft girl, and she would not come unless there is a softness in the heart. So many, you touched this, you went this, you did this. So these are all outwardly. So one is engaged yatha anasaktasya vishayan yatharham upayunjata, that without getting attached, one can enjoy like prasadam, one can enjoy to stay in home or whatever comfort he has. Like there was Gadadhar Pandit's guru. He went to his place and he was lying on a very, very soft bed, and there were fanning there. He was being fanned, and he had a spittoon, and he was eating pan, and also he had so much scent, nice smell, and so all these things. And then Gadadhar Pandit thought that how he could be a devotee. He is just like a Vishay person. So he had that doubt. And then the person who brought him, then he started just singing that how Krishna is so wonderful, that he gave the liberation, or he gave the gati of the mother to Putna, even to the Rakshasi who came to kill. How kind he is. And then immediately he fell down from the bed, chanting name of Krishna, Krishna. So in this way, he was in, not that he was unattachedly, he was a rich man and he was using those things, but most of them using for Krishna service. So that is Yukta Vairagya. And Falgu Vairagya is that any Vairagya which is other than Krishna consciousness, that you are doing so many rules and regulation and not depending on Bhagavad Kripa or by our energy that they want to kill their Bhog Vasana. That is called Falgu Vairagya, because there is no law for Krishna and you wanted to show outwardly that he is a very renounced person. And then that is not, it should be inside. That's why without surrendering to Krishna. See, in this Falgu Vairagya, you have to fight greatly with your senses, and still senses cannot be controlled. Because the Vasana or desire to enjoy remains in the heart. A devotee outwardly he may be like a sensual person, or outward like he is also a worldly man, look like that. But inside he is fully Krishna conscious. But Falgu Vairagya is outside he is renounced, but inside he is enjoying, trying to enjoy in the mind. Just so that is not proper. That's why unless you take shelter of Krishna, you cannot win Maya. Devi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya. Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metantarantite. So Jnana and Vairagya is not part of bhakti. But in the beginning it may be necessary, or it may be, but later on the knowledge about Krishna and Vairagya from other things detaching and engaging those things for Krishna service, that is all right. But just Vairagya by itself, Vairagi Baba is not, he eats only one time, or he lives just on some water or juice, and so outwardly sometimes the people take austerity and they put their head down and legs up, or so many ways that is just to get the attraction of the people and outwardly show, but inwardly they are very, very weak, poor, there is no Krishna consciousness. Aparadhon se, so in bhakti, see, by Bhagavad Vishayak Bhakti, then you get bhakti. I mean, so bhakti sanjayate bhaktya. So bhakti comes from bhakti, or one who are devotee, then by getting association with other devotees, one gets the bhakti. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dete par. Tomara shakti ase. Means one goes to Krishna, like Krishna, a devotee, pure devotee of the Lord, that Krishna is yours, it is sitting in your pocket and you could give it. But these Jnanis or Vairagis, or they don't have Krishna with them, how they could give it to others? So that's why Shastra again and again says, Bhakti eva enam darshati. By bhakti you can see Krishna. Bhaktyamam avijanati yavan yaschasmita tuta. Bhaktyaham ekaya graham. Only by bhakti I could be obtained, or they could touch me, hear me, means all these things. So that's why one should be free from all the aparadhas. Aparadha means there are Bhagavad aparadh, Seva aparadh, Nama aparadh, Vaishnava aparadh. But out of all this, the Vaishnava aparadh is the topmost. It is like a mad elephant offense, which kills our soft Bhakti Lata. One should wear like Vrat Palan, like Ekadashi, Janmashtami, Ramnavami, Narsimha Jayanti, Vaman Jayanti. One should follow those, and also we should use this 12 tilak marks on our body, that all the parts are meant to serve Vishnu, to serve Krishna. That so you apply and then you feel that all these parts are meant for Krishna, for his service. And we should wear Tulsi Mala. It is like a dog's collar. So like sometimes the people, they come in villages or city also, so many dogs. So they take away all those dogs put and they kill them, one who has no collar. But if there is a collar, then they know that there is some Malik. So our Malik is Krishna. So when Yamdutas, they see this Kanti Mala, then they know that yes, he is a Vaishnava. I have no right to take him to Yamaraja's place to make him suffer. And same thing, Urdhva Pundra. Urdhva Pundra, one who wears that and puts this 12 tilak, then we feel, yes, we are part. We feel that we are in our mind, we immediately feel that we are servants of Krishna. Just like a policeman, or when they wear, then that kind of feeling comes. But all the rules and regulations that we are talking is Smartavya Satatam Vishnu, that we should always remember Vishnu, and is Satatam Vishnu Avismrartavena Jatuchit. We should never forget him, always remember Krishna. That is, all the rules and regulations, they come under these two things. Always remember Krishna and never forget him. Sarve Vidhi Nishedashur Etareva Eva Kinkara. That all rules and regulations are servants of these two things. Always remember Krishna and never forget him. Just to lighten you up, I will tell that how, means this topic is mostly we are talking that how woman could be dangerous and what is the mentality. So you might have heard about Maharaj Bhartahari. Maharaj Bhartahari, his brother was this what is his name? Oh, his brother Vikramaditya. They were rulers of in Ujjain, Avantikapuri. So it's very, very famous, and so by his life we could understand the nature of the woman and how one makes fall down and how she attracts the mind. So there was this king, Bhartahari, and he had his brother, Vikramaditya, or Vikram was his brother. He had couple wives had already, but then he was married to a very, very beautiful woman by named Pingala. So Pingala married to Bhartahari. But Pingala was attached not to the king, but outwardly she will show that she is attached to her husband, and she is a very chaste woman. And so in that way, he will not pay attention to his kingdom. His brother would rule over very, very nicely, and so each was very, very close, like respect each other. His brother was surrendered to his elder brother Bhartahari. So Vikramaditya, you might have heard about Vikram. He had a singhasan that any time Vikramaditya would sit on that, and then he will properly judge. And he had 32 like angels who will come and speak to him about any complicated thing, and he will, whatever he gives the judgment, that was perfect. Still people, and then we are following that Vikram Samvat now. Ladies, from Chaitanya era we follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Samvat, but also from Vikramaditya. So what happened one time, that one Brahmin was doing very devotional service and engaged in and then by long time then he was working in not devotional service, demigod worship. So demigod gave him that if you eat a fruit, then this fruit would give you a very, very long life, very, very beautiful. You will never become old, and so Amrata Phal. So he gave him this Amrit Phal. So he thought that, Brahman thought that if I live, I am a poor man, if I live for a long time, and what is the use? It should be, the king is so nice, so let me give it to Maharaj Bhartahari. So he brought that fruit. Then when the king had, he said that without my wife Pingala, if she is not young always, she is not lived long, how I will be able to be happy? Let me give this fruit to my wife Pingala. So he gave to her. But Pingala had attachment to some horse, one who takes care of the sais, or one who engages in taking care of the horses in the kingdom. So she was attached to that man. And so she thought that if he remains young, he could satisfy me by sexual intercourse, and let him remain young always, and I would be happy that way. He gave it to her, that Amrit Phal. To him, means to this caretaker of the horses of the king, Then he had love, not with the queen, who was very beautiful nonetheless, but he had attachment to some prostitute. And so he gave that fruit to that prostitute. And prostitute thought that my life is very abominable. Let me give this fruit to our king. If he leaves, so the fruit comes back to the king. And king was amazed, and he was that shocked to see that he gave it to his wife. And what happened? Wife did not eat. She said that I am apavitra, I am not really clean. I will take bath, then I will eat. But she, in this way, she gave to somebody else, keeping the king. So his brother knew about this, and that she has attachment to some daroga of the horses, caretaker of the horses, but he would not listen. And then she told that your brother has attachment to some like daughter-in-law of a rich man, and he is bad, and he now wants to enjoy me also. And so his brother became very angry with Vikramaditya, and he would not listen, because she would act in such a way that he thought that this queen is the best. She is the very, very chaste woman. But so when the fruit comes, then he found it out that what is his wife, and so he became so much disgusted with this life that he took sannyas. He just left his kingdom, and then later on his kingdom he gave to the ministers, and they found his brother later on, Vikramaditya, and he sat on the throne, and he ruled very nicely. So he became detached by this whole thing. But this detachment should come in everybody, because material world is a place of suffering, and anything that one tries to enjoy, he gets more and more entangled. The enjoying tendency is there because we are part of Krishna, but enjoyment is complete when we become Krishna conscious. But this enjoyment of the material world is very, very temporary, and it is giving us many more problems. Means even thinking of happiness, sukh, that ends in dukh. But if we engage according to our destiny, we take whatever hani lav, jivan maran, yes japsas, that is all by vidhi. It is according to our activity in the past. We tolerate that. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkada agama payino nityam tanstitikshav bharata. That they come and they go, so we should be detached from all this happiness or distress, remain equanimity and engage in devotional service. Then it's possible to go back home, back to Godhead in this life, or at least we become a devotee in the next life and continue. So thank you so much. There was so much more. So maybe this Wednesday when I talk, then it is the same topic is going on. So we'll discuss some more about that on Wednesday. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thanks for your understanding and listening and applying in our life. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas. So if there is any comments, questions, you can unmute and we can discuss further. I have taken enough time, almost an hour.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavats. Thank you very much for such a knowledgeable lecture always. Prabhu, can you please explain briefly again the Falgu and the Yukta Vairagya? What's the difference?
Okay. See, Yukta Vairagya means anything that you become Vairagya for Krishna. Means you could accepting money, accepting followers. Like one should not have too many followers, but all this to serve Krishna, not for our our gratification for ourselves. We should not be that one should give great respect, or one should eating so nicely and so much food, and just one plate costs $500 and should enjoy the material world. Just like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he was wearing like leather shoes. He will sit on a Rolls Royce and go and put hat and would decorate himself just like a king. But that is just for preaching purpose, not that he was attached to that. Srila Prabhupada initially was, but then he accepted this, going on the first class plane, because by that comfort, and he is a representative of Krishna, so he can accept that, but not in a enjoying spirit. And Falgu Vairagya, that outwardly you are you are vairagi. Oh, I don't eat this, I don't go there. So you show, but it's like a show bottle. But inside they are all empty. They are just outwardly, they may be detached, but inwardly they are trying to enjoy in their mind. Just like people, they think at night time and they have a in the dream they enjoy with the woman, or they have a like swapna dosh that they have. Why? Because that their mind is not fixed on Krishna. So that is a falgu thing. But actuality one can use, but everything should be used for Krishna service. I am servant of Krishna, they are giving me respect, so that is all right. But that is not except that it is mine. It is just because Prabhupada gave all the credit to his Guru Maharaj. His Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he will give credit to Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So they never took it that it is theirs. Prabhupada said even that it is all this thing is because of you, my devotees, that they have done are my Guru Maharaj. It is not his credit. So he never, although he was the richest man, because he had more than 108 temples and so many followers, that even a king would not have that kind of followers, that who will sacrifice their life for them. But he had devotees and he had such a prestigious position, but he never accepted that it is mine. He never took it. He took it as Krishna's mercy, accepted the followers, but as a service mode, as a service to Krishna. But if he thinks that I am so great, I am so big, that is all falgu. Falgu means a false. Falgu Baba, who was thinking himself as a god, but he was as a dog. So outwardly, one can, without attachment, one can enjoy also, or take nice prasad. Prabhupada eat whatever that I want, kachori, I want this, make me fried such and such. So he will take that, not showing that, oh, I will eat only some roots and fruits, roots and something. And yes, one can eat, one can have, but it is with only for Krishna consciousness. They will accept things which are not normally, like people did not used to come to foreign country, or सात समुद्र पार नहीं जाते थे, कारों में नहीं बैठना, शिप वगैरह से नहीं जाना, हवाई जहाज नहीं लेना. No, for Krishna service one can do anything. Krishna service, Prabhupada accepted so many large amounts of money and donations, but he did not use it for himself or to aggrandizement or for his own comfort. He would hardly sleep for 2 hours. So we could see by the life of Shad Goswamis, they were all kings, but their vairagya was true, because they were doing it for Krishna, teaching to the people of the whole world how to live. So means we may not be able to mimic or follow them. They are so strict that Raghunath Das Goswami will take only handful of, like little bit of chaj, buttermilk, and whole day they will chant. We cannot do that, but some detachment should be there, vairagya should be there, and on the name of like Krishna. Hello?
Yes.
So on the name, yes.
Who's calling?
No. I think you are on another call. I'm giving.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. So Prabhu, I hope you understood about Falgu Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya. People on the Yukta Vairagya may accept many things, but that may cause their fall down. Means eating very, very opulent food, living in a luxurious way of life, and that may be the cause of the fall down if it is not done in a detached way or as a service to Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. I understood. And I also understood, how Prabhupada and other acharyas behave in the service of Krishna. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. So any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhu, I just want to ask about the translation. Means they were telling they are in the in the translation we should means purport also means they should not women or men, they should not means more attached with a man or woman like that. But in nowadays for our kids I can say from the very childhood in US especially. They are forced to read all the book which is not necessary. Means they allure, means attract more. Means there is a compulsory novel book. There is a compulsory they need to read kind of love, kind of drama or poem. You should read that much of book in this year. This kind of things is there. And then how can we save the kids from that, because they make them to like that. The situation from the very beginning in the school course, means 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, they are putting this kind of book even though they don't have this kind of things in their mind. Means attached with a boy or girl, like, and how can we save in this situation for the kids? Means make them to understand, not to. Means it's very difficult. Can you tell something, Prabhu?
Let me just give you it. It's a big topic, and people on the name are giving sex education to the children in the schools, and they teach all this. But rather than not, see, it is naturally they know that animals are not taught, but they have children. They enjoy their sex, whether a dog in the street also. Why to teach all these nonsense things? Then their sense, they are refusing not to do this, so let me do that. The children have a tendency, whenever you refuse them, then they will explore more and more. So by giving this sex education in the school, there is more sexual promiscuity. They engage more in those activities which are prohibited. So our Vaishnava teachings, there is no need for all that. It's a natural, just like a dog would swim if the child is born, or dogs or horses give rise to, for very first day, a deer would swim automatically. You don't have to teach. So you don't have to teach what is the sexual life is or what to do. Naturally, when that age comes, it will automatically come. In olden days, nothing was taught, and they were more staunch brahmacharis and grasthas than today, that they are all fallen down. The children have so much relation out of wedlock, in a young age, at 11-year-old, and they experiment all these things because they are taught in school. So if that was their question, that is not really necessary. It's all people who are contaminated. It is all from their mind, because they are not devotees and they don't know what is life's purpose is to develop our dharma and love for Krishna, and there is no point in teaching all these things. Then they teach how to use birth control pills and how to use not only birth control pills and diaphragm and whatever. There are many ways. And after intercourse pills, how to abort. All these things are completely putting whole society to going towards the hell very rapidly. So better that one does not put their mind on those things, and just how to engage your senses in Krishna service. And they teach about Bhagavatam. There were topics about Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and now they have all removed all the name of secularism. Secularism means one should follow, everybody should be free to follow their own religious beliefs. Not that you don't give any religious belief. And they should be able to choose. Let them know about different religious systems and what religion means. So they don't really know. There is no detachment from anything. Wherever the census takes, the people they go, and they fall down in the material whirlpool, and they suffer horribly later on. Initially, in a young age, it may be fine, but later on they fall prey to the Maya and to so many diseases and so many lifetimes of suffering. So one has to remind that what all this is and what is human life is. Okay? Does it answer, or your question was something different?
No, it's okay, Prabhu. Means the kids, how can we educate? Means not to allure like that kind of things.
Yeah, educate them in Krishna consciousness. What is the purpose of life? Who we are? We are part of Krishna. We should engage in His service, and we can never be happy in this material world except in Krishna consciousness. So if they want to become happy, they want to remain, then they should be taking to this from very beginning, like Kaumarat Acharit Pragya, that from very Kaumar age, 5-year age, one should be practicing Krishna consciousness. Eat only food that is offered to Krishna. Read this about the life in the story form from Ramayana and Bhagavad and Mahabharata, and read to them, and gradually take them to good association and give them the harm of association with worldly people, that how it could be dangerous. So much so it is said that one can remain in the fire house or in the cage which is burned all around than to associate with worldly people. How dangerous it could be. So we will talk more about those things, because it's a very, very keen or a very like we should really learn all those things to practice Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
We should know and adopt in our life. So on Wednesday also we will talk the same topic and more elaborately. This was just a prelude.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, anyone else has anything to add up or to discuss about? It's a very, very few devotees are on conference call.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Very, very nectarian class, Prabhuji, as always. You covered so many things in one class. So thank you so much, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhupada is covered in his purport. What is that?
You covered how many verses today?
Only 2 verses, 39 and 40. So I will take to 41 on Wednesday or 42 on Wednesday.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. And I have a question. Like you said, if we have the Kanti Mala, Tulasi Mala around neck, then Yamadutas will not take you away. So,
Right.
Prabhuji, it's like Yamadutas, they can only see the Tulasi beads, or other people, they have so many necklaces, around the neck. So many people have so many types of necklaces, like structure or something. So these are also, means for the dogs is, you have to have some kind of belt that somebody has put him on. So for us, means how it works, how they can see the Tulsi beads, or it's our imagination, or whatever we behave the whole entire life, we spend our life like a Vaishnava and serving the devotees and Krishna. So Yamaduta see that one, or Yamaduta see the real Tulsi beads, or what? How does it work?
Okay. Good question. See, Yamdutas are devotees of the Lord. They are devotees of Yamaraj. They come to take the orders from Yamaraj, who is also one of the 12 Mahajanas, and he trained them to recognize Tulsi beads. So if they have a Tulsi bead in their neck, not any another kind of mala, and not with the moti and so many other stones or decorative, they recognize the difference between those in the neck. See, dog may be any kind of collar, but Tulsi bead is the real color for the Vaishnava. So they know that he is a Vaishnava, he is chanting the holy name of the Lord. Just for Ajamil, this Yamdutas, they went, and then they were kicked out by the Vishnu Dutas, and they asked these questions to Yamraj, that how come your rule, he was so much sinful, but because he chanted the holy name like Nama Bhas, even Narayan, although he was calling his son, but still he became free from all the karmas that he has created, all the sinful activity in whole of his life. And then he became eligible to engage in further devotional service, that he went to Haridwar and then gave up all his association, and then ultimately same Vishnu Dutas came and took him, Ajamil, to the spiritual kingdom. So when that we talk about the dog color, dog may have any kind of color, but our color is these beads made from Tulsi, because Tulsi or Vranda Devi is very special to Krishna, and if somebody devotees, then they know that they are servant of Krishna. See, dog is like as a servant of his, that he is a Malik. So he has some. So also the dog in India who don't have, they are all taken and then they were killed, or they given in some kind of anesthesia to kill them. But one who is born and who has somebody to take care of them, they have a collar, and then they are left behind. They are not killed. Same thing that we are not taken by Yamdutas to Yamraja's place to suffer, but we are taken to, we get either another life to continue our devotional service if not completed, and we take birth again in a devotee family. So one should wear this insignia, like say policemen has their dress and others have. So we should also use, as Vaishnavas, we should use this kantima, this Tulsi mala, Tulsi. So that's why at the time of initiation they give a new Tulsi beads to put on, and also tilak. Particularly if you put tilak on 12 places is much better, because all your body is part of Vaishnava but also meant to serve Vishnu. So we remember the names of 12 names of Vishnu by putting these markings. Narayana Nama, Keshvaya Nama, Govindaya Nama, Vamanaya Nama. So all those different names of Vishnu that we remember while putting them, and we make it that these are parts of Krishna's, meant for Krishna's service, the instruments. So Yamdutas, they know that whether it is a Tulsi bead or it is something else. They don't pay attention to something else.
Yeah, that's good, Prabhuji. It means otherwise, I was wondering how they will resist Tulasi or.
No. They know what is Tulsi and what is not. We may not know, but they know. So we should buy it from a proper place which is made with Tulsi Devi. In India, it's so many Tulsi plants. They grow so much abundantly by Krishna's mercy that one can buy from Radha Kund or from proper sources. Mayapur. नकल से सावधान रहिए.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Related with the Tulsi, Prabhuji means because the four Kumaras, they become the devotee by smelling the Tulsi's leaf.
Right,
so does the Tulsi leaves has a smell?
Yeah, there is a smell, there is a taste, there is a juice, there are drops. So Tulsi definitely has a smell. So just by Tulsi and sandalwood pulp, both were together and they smelled that at the gate and they become devotees.
So, yes, so the smell is of sandalwood or it's Tulsi? Because I tried to, I couldn't feel that it has.
Both has their independent smell. If you go to Tulsi one and you go to there is a different aroma comes from Tulsi. It's aromatic.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. And hearing you after a long time. So.
Yeah. And one question, Prabhu, this is not related with the topic, but in the Bhakti Raksha we were discussing. So if you can give an answer in a short, means how this Advaita Achitanya Bheda Bhed philosophy came from Buddha to Ramanujacharya and to Shankaracharya and then to Ramanujacharya and to Madhvacharya. So means just how it came, in a short.
See, Buddhism is Shunyavadi, And then from Shunyavad means they rejected, Buddha wanted on the name of not killing, non-violence, because there is certain violence in the Vedas, just like Bhagavad Gita, they were Russians, they sued to that Bhagavad Gita is a violent book. It is on the battlefield, it creates violence. So they wanted to stop, but they did not understood the whole purpose is to surrender to Krishna. So this Shunyavad or Buddhism, then Shankaracharya came and then he wanted to establish back again the principles of like that this Shastra should be. So he brought back, see Buddha, he rejected all the scriptures, or particularly the Vedas. He denied that to bring non-violence, because Vedas, he thought according to that time and place that by scriptures one becomes a like a killer, or one there is a violence. So he denied all the scripture. Shankaracharya wanted to bring back the scriptures, but then he did like nirvishesha, means that there is no qualities. Now that was the order, because that was Kali Yuga, and in Kali Yuga there has to be people who take birth in the Kali Yuga, they are all demonic of nature, all sensual, and they so Kali came in the picture. So he brought back again the existence of all the Vedas, that they are good, but he put in such a way that people becomes a kind of like Advaitavad, that I and Krishna is the same, Mayavad. So he brought with this Nirvishesha, that Vishesh means the qualities they do not have. The Krishna, God, and we are same. And we will discuss on Wednesday more about those things about Mayavad also, as you brought it in. So we will discuss that more, because you want it in short. So from Buddhism, then Shankaracharya, Advaitvad, then gradually Ramanujacharya, he is Shuddha Advait, but a purified Advait. Then other Swamis, they came, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the good things from all, because he is the Supreme Lord. He gave Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, that there is oneness and difference, Bhed and Abhed. And so he brought the pure teaching of the Vedas, which appeals to anybody with a pure heart or simple heart, which appeals to them, and that is the real essence of Krishna consciousness. So he brought back the meaning as it is given by Krishna to Arjuna, or as it is given by Krishna in form of Gayatri Mantra to Brahma, and Brahma gave it to Narad, and Narad to Vyas, and then Vyas they have written. But he has put so many things about the knowledge, and in Vedas it's all kinds of topics. But in a pure form, the six Goswamis and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they gave the very, very essence, Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipuno, that they read all the Shastra and then they give the essence. So we just have to take essence. So many books we read, so many things. It is just to simplify, but it could also make complicated and so many difficult to understand from one to another. Our whole essence is that we are servant of Krishna, and we should serve Krishna wholeheartedly in our life. He should be the prime object of our worship, not to enjoy senses. It is not denied, but enjoy as long as it does not take you away from Krishna consciousness, not forgetting, not indulging, not that is the only goal of our life. Just like in Varnashram, yes, one can get married, one can earn money, but using it not, it is my money, it is all Krishna. Manasa deha geha jo kachu mora, arpilo tuapade nanda kishora. That whatever is my home, my mind, my possessions, my home, my spouse, children, they all belong to you, my Lord. They are yours, and let me be your servant, and that surrender thing is there completely, that everything belongs to Krishna, and it does belong. We come empty hand, go empty hand. Even our body does not go. We decorate our body, make so much arrangement for, but ultimately it is going to get finished. And so rather than all those thoughts, we should decorate Krishna, see him and get pleasure in serving Krishna and his limbs or his body, or because that's how 4 Kumaras, although they were remaining naked, but when they went, and they were not attached to anything material enjoyment, but when they went, they became devotees from impersonalism to to direct, because Krishna is ultimately a person. This is his feature, impersonalism, or this Paramatma, that Krishna is divided. In some scriptures they teach that Krishna means we are all part of Krishna. Part together makes God. Means we are all together God. We are also God and serve another God, because he may be. So Vivekananda is teaching this that see the Narayan, Daridra Narayan. So he gave title that so we are all really. So Daridra, why the part Daridra and who is not Daridra? Everybody is lacking Krishna consciousness. So they all need Krishna consciousness. But and how Krishna could be Daridra or Narayan could be Daridra when thousands of Lakshmis want to serve him? Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrahma Sevya Manav. So people, they interpret in a different way and make use of ignorance of the other people to just make their own name, fame, but we should take to the pure Krishna consciousness. So that is just a little bit in a short about your question, that how it evolved from Buddhism to Vaishnavism.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we end our conference call or Japa conference, or is there anything more? Because today is Sunday, and if people are free and want to discuss more, I am ready to be here on the phone call.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. If no one has questions, then we can end. Lazitangi Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Sorry, Mataji.
Yeah. Should we end now?
Yes, Mataji.